I was hoping you could have been on last week's episode because this bit of supernatural news, I feel like really, will hit you right in the feels. But this supernatural prequel,
the Winchester brothers, man, if they're not hugging each other, they're punching each other. Am I right, folks?
No shit, dude. But first of all, supernatural prequel, I want to get your thoughts on that. But this online mini feud between the brothers.
You post those anti-prequel tweets, you don't come back.
Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki. I honestly thought last week that they might have been working us when Padalecki was like, "Wow, I wish this wasn't the first I was hearing of it," on Twitter kind of deal. But I'm happy for you, Jensen. Like, I'll be supportive of the project. I thought it was a work. I thought.
Has it been confirmed that it's not a work since they patched things up so quickly?
So that's where I'm going to get to next, is that he says that Jensen Ackles and I had a great talk, as we do often, and things are good. The show is early in the process with miles to go. We've traveled a lot of roads together, and sometimes those damn roads have bumps. Bumps don't stop us. Once brothers, always brothers. And then Jensen replied, "Love you. Miss these talks. I forgot how much FaceTime we always used to get, and I miss that too. I know you're busy, as am I, but you're still my brother. I miss you, pal." I don't think it's a work anymore. I don't know, but maybe it's just a super work.
I mean, if it is legitimate, could Jared had maybe texted instead of tweeted?
Absolutely. Well, and could sure.
And I mean,
that's
and
what a
it's
lot
not
of
like
people
that
are
doesn't
saying
happen.
too.
I mean, too many people seem to live on social media and everything, but very strange.
It is very strange.
They've been best friends for over a decade. It's like what, decade and a half or something like that. Show came out in 2005. That's how old it is. It's
wild.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, it was on
Way
Warner
too
Brothers.
long.
It was on the WB. Yeah, fuck. I don't. And it's funny. I don't even have an opinion about the prequel series because it's like, you know what? I didn't watch most of Supernatural, so it's like, am I even considered a Supernatural fan anymore?
Am I
love the first
you
5
are.
seasons.
Yeah, you like the good stuff.
Well, I mean, and then like I think of my dad. Once they stopped doing the Monster of the Week shit and it was too much heaven and hell, my dad checked out. He's like, "Fuck this! They're monster hunters."
I don't blame him either. That took some.
Well, he went back. He ended up watching the finale because I haven't seen the finale, but he told me what happened and stuff. But yeah, I think as far as their parents meeting and everything like that, and I know now there's more lore about their family and I know that their mother came from like Hunter family and everything like that, and but I thought the dad was supposed to be just like a Marine veteran. I know that his father was a man of letters. Is that what they're called?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, but he didn't know anything about that. I thought he lived like a normal life.
Yeah,
so he's like the civilian, until like when they talk about, it's like, yeah, we want like an origin story. Yeah, that's the pilot. Because the yellow-eyed demon came in, killed the mom, and that got everything started. That's your origin.
I mean, it's another example. I guess if there's a theme to this segment, why prequels stink. And it's like, this is, we got the Many Saints of Newark, and then this. It's we got a lot of that. We got everything that we needed, and you're right. I mean, I didn't watch all of Supernatural either. It got atrocious.
But the show also played around with a lot of things, including time travel. It's like,
Correct.
I've seen their parents when they were young. I know what they were doing.
Correct. I mean, it's not a perfect comparison, but it's just like, a young Han Solo movie. Yeah, it was called fucking Star Wars. He was young in that movie. Like, he was already this smuggler rogue, and we knew what he was doing. I don't know. It's just
can always be younger. Look better.
Thank you. I don't know. But for Supernatural in particular, you're right. They jumped back a lot. They showed a lot of that stuff.
I saw his dad buy the Impala. Like, what more is there?
Yeah. I don't know. So the prequel to me seems like a bad idea. The interplay between Jared and Jensen, though, is heartbreaking.
Really,
like, it's sad.
This isn't what they really are Dean and Sam.
It was very sad to see that. Like, I was hoping there was just a work, but then as it continued, I mean, yes, Jared could have texted and probably should have, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
have
know
these
him
conversations privately. This is fucking bizarre.
Maybe
unless it really was to kind of generate hype and talk as far as a prequel series go. But I don't know. Doesn't that seem like a weird way to do it?
Yes, it does. But
Yeah,
I think
I don't know.
I think if it's true, if that's really the first time he heard about it, then I would probably be angry enough to tweet about it, I guess, too, if Twitter was more of my main means of communicating things.
I'm also a little surprised that either one of them is actually attached to it, because honestly, you don't need them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I almost feel like this should just be like a Kripke creation or something like that, or any of the other.
I guess
like creative minds
Dean's going to be the narrator of the show or something like that. I don't know. Look, the
Oh,
show
my
sounds
God.
terrible, but
It does sound terrible. It's hard though, because it was such a staple of the CW for a long time, and I mean, other than the DC shows, I mean, isn't it only Supernatural? It's like, so I kind of like the idea of CW not abandoning it completely. But I don't know. This seems unnecessary to me. But I mean, I know there's a lot of Supernatural fans out there that maybe want this. I'm not going to watch it, but like I said, I stopped watching Supernatural and I don't even know when. A long time ago.
you think?
I think like over a decade.
You think a lot of Supernatural fans want this?
I actually do, because I think a lot of Supernatural fans are not the same group that like maybe you and I were a part of when we were Supernatural fans. The series passed us by.
That's fair.
So
and there was a time where the only Supernatural I was watching was after Arrow. Or was it before?
Maybe that's when I went back to it or whatever. When did Dean come out of Purgatory? I think that was the last season I watched on like a weekly basis.
I don't even remember.
I want to say that was like around the same time as the first season of Arrow, so like 2012, something like that.
Maybe.
A long time ago.
It's like 9 years ago.
Jesus. That show just ended. It's been on this entire time.
Literally here the entire time.
Fuck.